This is an important initiative, an important act of resistance, and regardless of what happens on Monday, this is only the beginning. Where I come from, originally in Ontario, my Mohawk and Algonquin cousins are out there struggling right now. Chiefs of the Algonquin who resisted uranium mining in North Frontenac County are in jail. Sean Brandt, one of the tiny Mohawks, he'll be up at the same place just for making simple attempts to have the treaties honored. The Keepers of the Athabasca, of which I'm one of the co-chairs, I should say that my other two co-chairs are unable to be here today. They send their greetings. Fort Chipewyan, co-chair, he's at home. His mother just died. Another one of the elders has passed at Fort Chip, sadly. Cleo Reese is with the Fort Murray First Nation. She's unable to come. They send their greetings. I wanted just to say a few words about the Keepers of the Water and our particular chapter, the Keepers of the Athabasca. As Elder Pat Marcel, who's sort of one of our guides in our development, has said, in 2006 in the fall, Grand Chief Norwegian of Dejo hosted an important meeting at Fort Simpson. People gathered there from all up and down the Arctic Basin, Mackenzie, from BC, from Saskatchewan, from Alberta, and they decided that they would do something about what was happening to the river. And out of that, you have a Keeper's Declaration and a set of principles. And basically it says that the water is sacred. As alternative Algonquin people have known, they've known that the water is sacred. They've known that each of us as humans have to be keepers of that water. We haven't honored that. The treaties basically are set up to protect the rights of the people who are here first, their rights for livelihood, and of course the rights to have clean water and other so-called resources that provide a living for those creatures upon which they've always lived. That in part is what a major part of what the treaties are about. That's what we're about. As a group, we are here to educate Canadians and government people like Mr. Stelmach about what the treaties really mean. The treaties certainly first and foremost protect the Aboriginal and First Nations people, but they also protect all of us. They protect our water, they protect our air, they protect our soil, they protect our trees. And when our governments refuse to honor those treaties, they desecrate all of us. So we have got to draw some attention to the protection of the trees. So that's what we're about. The Keepers of the Athabasca is the Athabasca River chapter of the Keepers of the Water. And we are First Nations people guided by their elders. We are water scientists guided by people like David Schindler and Dr. Timoney is here. I said Dr. Kevin Timoney here is one of our heroes as well. He has had the courage to stick with his scientific guns and to do the science, rerun some government statistics, and basically he's established what John O'Connor has been saying. There are problems there, and they can be linked back to the tar sands. It's a scientific fact. Sadly, the Alberta Environment Department, the Federal Department of Environment and Fisheries are told to denigrate that. And so they spend so much of their time denying and basically denigrating great scientists who are showing what is really there. So the scientific evidence is there. Equally importantly, the elders' evidence is there. The elders, the First Nations people who have been here for hundreds of thousands of years, have known this all along. Like the inshore fishermen in Newfoundland who are telling us the cod are going because of the way we're taking them out of the ocean, the way we're ruining the bottom of the ocean. The people in Fort Chip, Fort Mackay, and further down, the people I know, Mackenzie, the Gwich'in, the Satu, they've been saying this for a long time. We're ruining our world. We need to listen to them. So what are the Keepers about? We are a coalition of First Nations people, ranging from Holy Lake First Nations in BC, right down through, in this case, to Fond du Lac, the Dene people in Saskatchewan. So Chief Albert Nargety, Grand Chief Don Duranje are part of our board. We have your own Chief, ACFN, Chief Alan Adam is one of our members. We have supporters like George and others who are working with us. We have people at Sucker Creek First Nation. Just recently, We're taking a number of actions, as Pat Marcel said. A lot of them are quiet at this point. We'll eventually end up in the courts, but at this point we've approached the Assembly of Alberta First Nations Chiefs. We were there to see them in Grand Parade in the fall, asked them to support our action, and they said that they would. Most recently in Calgary, Chiefs Alvin Adam and Chiefs Albert Mercury from Fond du Lac moved that the Chiefs support the no-new approvals moratorium movement, and they have done that unanimously. So the Chiefs of Alberta are getting together and they're saying we don't need a lot more of these tar sands. So the keepers of the Athabasca and the keepers of the water, as Chief Roland Wilson from over the lake in BC says, it's perhaps the first time the Cowboys and Indians have got together. And we're working together to fight these monsters. It's time that we confronted these things together. And so we're a coalition then of First Nations communities, other communities along the Athabasca, and angles around the world. So Sierra Club, Greenpeace, Natural Defense in Washington. So we're all getting together, we're working together, and we need your help. There are some very strong people here in Edmonton helping us. I met a young giant by the name of Matthew, what's your last name? I met Whitehead. I see Morningstar Mercury, who I met at a conference last fall. These are people with powerful voices that we need to work together to raise the awareness, to change the public opinion, as was said by the previous speaker. That until we can convince the citizens that it's part of their problem, we won't be changing the governments. Until the people who live in Calgary, Edmonton, and Ottawa realize that what they're doing to Fort Chipewyan and Fort Mackay wouldn't be allowed. They would never allow, Calgary would never allow the tar sands upriver from them, right? So why are they allowing it to happen in Fort Chipewyan? So that's the message I think we have to get the word out to people that if you wouldn't let it happen in your backyard, how can you possibly let it happen to these people who live there for thousands of years? We would welcome your help. You can get in touch with me or Connie Simmons is here, Connie Bresnahan, who's with the Hinton group. She's with the Upriver group, and we would very much welcome your help. We're going to do a tour of the river this summer. We're stopping in each community. We're going to have a citizens forum. We're going to do some water testing. We're going to be interviewing and recording the elders. Cleo Reese and Peter Cyprian are doing a video. They're doing a film of elder traditional knowledge, which we'll be using to show politicians and others that the wisdom is there. The science has been there for thousands of years. We're just not listening. Thank you very much, and thank you, George.